Hey, I get it. When you're looking at a cinema-grade camera, you're suddenly flooded with headlines like 6K RAW, Super 35 sensor, and EF mount, and the fear creeps in that you might be spending a fortune on something that just won't fit into your workflow. You've probably spent a few evenings scrolling through forums, watching endless comparison videos, and wondering whether the Blackmagic Design Pocket Cinema Camera 6K Pro is the sweet spot or just another pricey toy. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. So let's break this down like we're sitting at a coffee shop, coffee in hand, and you've got a specific project in mind, maybe a short indie film, a high-end corporate video, or even a YouTube documentary that needs that cinematic look without hiring a full crew. The first question you should ask yourself is, do you need the kind of image quality and flexibility that a 6K Super 35 sensor offers, or are you comfortable staying in 4K territory? Because that's the real dividing line for this camera. What makes the Pocket 6K Pro stand out is the incredible image quality people keep talking about. It's not just marketing fluff. The sensor actually captures a very flat log gamma curve that retains detail in both highlights and shadows. In practice, I've seen it handle a sunrise scene where the sky stayed silky smooth while the foreground retained texture, a look that would typically need a pricier full-frame cinema camera. If you're shooting in environments where lighting can change fast, think a rooftop interview at golden hour or a street market with neon signs, the dynamic range really shines. You get that cinematic depth without having to constantly chase exposure changes with additional gear. Now, let's talk about the recording options. The 6K Pro gives you Blackmagic RAW, ProRes, and even uncompressed formats, all selectable on the fly. For a real-world example, a documentary crew I talked to uses Blackmagic RAW for raw color grading in post, but when they need to send rough cuts quickly to producers, they switch to ProRes 422 for smaller files that still look great on a monitor. The ability to hop between these formats without swapping cards or reconfiguring the camera is a big time saver. If you're the type of filmmaker who likes to keep a tidy workflow, shoot, archive, edit, that flexibility reduces the number of steps you need to explain to an assistant or an editor. The Pocket 6K Pro also includes an internal ND filter wheel, something that many users of older Pocket models missed. Imagine you're shooting a summer outdoor interview. Instead of pulling out a separate ND filter, swapping it on a matte box, and worrying about dust, you just turn the wheel to 2-stop, 4-stop, or 6-stop. That's not just convenience, it means you can keep the lens clean and maintain your framing without the awkward pause of changing gear. In a tight shoot schedule, that can literally keep you on time and on budget. But no camera is without its trade-offs. The first practical weakness I've heard repeatedly is the battery life. Even with the larger 102 Wh battery that ships with the 6K Pro, you're looking at about 7,090 minutes of continuous shooting if you're recording in 6K RAW with the ND set low. That's fine for short takes, but if you're planning a marathon shoot, say a wedding day or a multi-hour event, you'll need either multiple batteries or a mount plate to keep power flowing. It adds a layer of logistics that beginner creators sometimes overlook because the camera feels light and portable at first glance. Another point to consider is the ergonomics of the body. The Pocket series is designed to be user-friendly, but that friendliness is a bit of a double-edged sword. The camera feels almost too small when you attach a bigger lens like a 2470mm f/2.8, and the grip can become cramped after a few minutes of handheld work. Some pros I've spoken with solve this by mounting the camera on a small rig or shoulder cage, which adds weight but gives you the stability needed for longer handhelds. If you already own a rig system, you'll appreciate the ease of mounting. If not, you might find yourself buying accessories you didn't initially plan on. The audio side is also worth mentioning. The 6K Pro includes mini XLR inputs with phantom power, which is a huge plus if you want to record decent quality dialogue directly into the camera. In a real-world scenario, an interviewist I know uses a shotgun mic with the mini XLR, and the resulting audio tracks sync perfectly with the video without the need for a separate recorder. That said, the built-in mic isn't something you'll rely on for anything beyond a test run. You'll still need external mics for serious production. Who should buy this camera? If you're a filmmaker who already works with color grading software and wants the freedom to capture footage that can be heavily manipulated in post, the 6K Pro pays off. It's also a solid choice for creators transitioning from DSLR or mirrorless video who need a dedicated